Hey folks, Tom Amarosa here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Just fine tuning a few things. It's just me here today. So hopefully we'll make this work and we'll be able to do this a few more times in the future. We'll give it a try in a few seconds. Sorry, I'm just trying to reset this up here. Okay. All right, looks like we're going through it. So let's get things rolling. Sorry about that. Just trying to get everything ready to go. I want to get our own feedback here. Hold on a second. All right, do me a favor. If you can hear both, hopefully you can't hear the sound coming through. I don't think so. All right, well, we're going to give this a shot. So here I am. For those of you that watch this later or join in a few moments or already on that haven't been here before, this is our place. We are closed officially. I'm the one here tonight. I just wanted to come by and see if we can do this, and if we can, awesome. We're going to try to do this more often. I own the place, so I can do that. There's nobody else here, and we cleaned it up. We made it all nice and worked in the last couple weeks to get everything looking good. So what we're going to do today is our Longsword yoga class. So I've been working on this for a while now, and we've done it a number of times in class, and I think it's been well received. It's about a 30-minute program, and should be fun. I've got a longsword on the floor next to me. It doesn't matter what weapon you have in your hand or what stick type object you have in your hand. All the moves can be done with a longsword, a saber, a lightsaber, a broom handle, a piece of PVC, or none, right? These are all poses from yoga classes. These are all legitimate poses, so you can do these without. I just adapted them to use a longsword and kind of have some fun. We also do some cuts as part of this. So if you have a weapon, you have a little room, great. If you don't, do everything in place. I will also try to show modifications for each of the postures that we do. If one is too advanced or too simple, you can actually modify it and do something more to fit your capabilities. So don't overexert yourself. Go as far as you can. This will be recorded, so you can do this as much as you want. We're going to try to live stream this on Thursday as well. We usually offer this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're going to do that then if this works out and I get some good feedback and you guys enjoyed it. So with that, we start off with a series of 8 standing poses. We will then do some dynamic movements, lunges, some squats, walking cut drills, helicopter zerks, and then we do some groundwork. And then we come back and we finish with the reverse of this 8 poses at the end. We start off with everything right hand on top, left hand on bottom, but we also switch grips for not only the dynamic movements, but for the second half of the forms at the back end of the class. So enjoy yourself, have some fun. First pose, we're going to hold every pose we chew for about 30 seconds. The clock is up to my right there, so you'll see me looking up to my right quite a bit. We hold every pose for 30 seconds. First one is a very natural pose. Your feet are going to be shoulder width apart, swords up. Close your eyes, just kind of get yourself ready for the class. So we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Seconds. From here, we're going to go down to a sitting pose. The sword is going to be out in a forward middle guard in front of us. So transition down. Hold this again for 30 seconds. More seconds. Next pose, we're going to extend our legs, push our butt back, create a nice void in our torso. Sword's going to come up and come out of our head. We call this unicorn pose. So, transition up and out. So as you can see, create a nice void as you're doing this, and I'll actually do these from the side here. Seconds. Next pose is going to be tree pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your right foot up, adjacent to your left, connect to your left. Swords out in an outside middle guard. You can raise your right foot as high or low as you need to for your capabilities. If you want to rest it on the ground, great. If you can rest it on your leg, awesome. Sword is a counterbalance, and as you're doing this, bend that front knee on the left foot. We'll hold that nice and steady. 10 more seconds, I think. We'll see. Probably talking too long on that one. Next pose, you're going to be stepping forward with the right foot into a forward lunge. Chest is going to face forward. Arms are up. Nice deep lunge. Sword straight up in the air. Back leg is straight. Back heel is on the ground. Hold this for another 30 seconds. Nice deep lunge with it. Another 10 seconds. Next pose, our chest will be facing to our left. Sword will be in one hand. Maintain that nice deep lunge. One hand out, left hand back. More seconds. Next pose, we're going to bend our left foot, turn our chest to your far left, your back leg, so behind me. Sword will be in two hands, pointed down in a rear low guard. Nice straight back. Oh. Here. So nice straight back. Lunge, back leg is straight, back heel is on the ground. Another 5 seconds or so. Then we're going to roll sword forward into a high forward guard, ox leaning forward, back is going to be bent forward. So your sword, back, leg all create a nice straight line. So leaning in. And 10 more seconds. And rest. So we're going to repeat this whole pattern at the back half of the class. Left hand on top. Now we're going to do the dynamic moves. First one is a squat. So feet are going to be a little farther shoulder width apart. Nice and comfortable stance. Toes are pointing forward, feet are parallel. Sword's going to go behind our head, and we're going to come down to a squat. We're going to do these 2 sets, 10 reps per set. At the second set, we're going to switch hands and go left hand on top. So, with that, 10, 1, 2. These are meant to be stretches and core exercises. So you want to get a big range of motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch hands. Do this one sideways. Left hand on top, feet parallel. 10 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. In-place lunges. So, we're going to do a descending cut. We're going to start feet shoulder width apart, sword up on your shoulder, bump tog, shoulder guard. You're going to step forward and cut down. Back to the opposite shoulder, step forward, cut down. We're going to do 10, then switch our hands, do another 10. Switch your hands, left hand on top. I'm going to start breathing heavy, I'm sure, 3/4 of the way through this. Again, feet shoulder width apart, sword up. Step forward and cut down diagonally. Back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next movements we're going to do are going to be some walking cuts. So we're going to do descending cuts and ascending cuts, up and back. Do about 10 cuts up, 10 cuts backwards, and then we'll change hands. Same thing up and back. If you can't go up and back, you just don't have the room, you can do all of these cuts in place. Right? So I'm going to back up. So we'll start this one off. Left foot forward. And what we're going to do is 2 ways you can do this. You can do a simple cut. Just step forward, cut through the 10. Or you can do a combination where step forward or around. Step forward, back edge. Or you can thrust, whatever your preference is. Front edge, back edge. I'm going to do the front edge, back edge cuts. So again, we're going to go 10 forward, turn back around. Actually, we're going to do them backwards, 10 backwards. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check your alignment. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. Make sure you got a nice straight back leg. 9, 10. Now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch your hands. Lefty, southpaw. Right foot forward. Inside little guard. Around your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next cutting up drill will be an ascending cut, walking forward. Same thing, we'll do 10 of these cuts. Right hand on top for the first 10 up and back, so 20 total. Left hand on top, 10 up and back. Same drill, 2 ways you can do it. The simple way, leading edge up front. Just nice circular movements. Again, these are meant to work your core, and meant to stretch your body out. Right? Or you can do the compound attack, back edge, then front edge. So back edge, front edge, back edge, front edge. I'll do the second one for those that want to try that one or do that one if that's what you do. So again, 10 up and 10 back. Starting a rear low guard. You're going to do first drill, leading edges first as you step forward. Pulls yourself forward. Second, back edge comes forward, circular cut, and step with the front edge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Gonna do the same drill. Left hand forwards, left hand on top. Same ascending cuts, your choice, whether you do the single movement or the compound movement. I'm going to do the compound movement again. I'll start right foot forward, rear low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you can see, as I get close with space, backwards. 2, I can do them in place. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Cool. Our last dynamic movement before we get to the floor, the fun ones in my book. Most people hate those, but I think they're pretty fun. We're going to do helicopters. So, thumb grip on the sword. We're going to, again, 2 sets of 10. We're going to switch hands for the second set. Thumb grip. I'm going to step backwards with mine. Some people like to step in or out with their cuts. It's fine. I kind of want to work the triangle a bit and step to that middle point behind me. So with every cut, we're going to start with the sword up, parallel to the ground. I'm going to step back and strike. Together, out. So we're going to do 10 of those cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch hands. Left hand on top, thumb grip. Feet shoulder width apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. Halfway through. Ground exercises. We're going to do 4 ground-based poses. We're going to do a side plank. We're going to do a static V, so boat. Sword is going to be up. We're going to do oblique twists or Russian twists. A couple different variations there I'll talk through. And the last one is, so feet are 6 inches, swords out behind you, the old football drill, 6 inches up. We're going to raise our feet up. We're going to do that without putting our hands under our butt like we all used to do in high school and college sports. So with that, side plank, we're going to hold every exercise again. Every pose, again, 30 seconds. For these, we will switch sides and hold it with the opposite hand as well. So first one, feet are out, side plank, swords up, nice and straight. Back's nice and straight, your hips are aligned, nice straight line from your feet. And we're going for 30 seconds on this one. Ten more seconds. and switch. So right hand up, feet out to the right. Nice straight back. Sword up. Threw myself in the, looking at my picture here, kind of threw me there for a second. So 30 seconds for here as well. Ten more seconds. And rest. Stay on your butt. Next batch we're going to do is going to be boats. So what you're going to do is your feet are going to go up in the air at an angle. You're going to be here, holding the saber up, sword up, right? Nice balanced pose. If that is too much of a strain on your back, don't do it. Feet down flat, sword out in front. Back's about at a 45-degree angle. If you want to go a little bit more advanced, cross your feet and raise your feet off the ground. Balance on the middle of your butt. But if you can, push yourself and do the legs up in the air. So again, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds each side. And up. Ten more seconds-ish. And rest. Switch your hands. Left hand on top. Same movement. Sorry. And ready, and up. Keep those knees bent in, don't bend them up. Keep your toes pointed, that'll help keep your knees straight. 10 more seconds-ish, give or take. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. Next one. Russian twists, or oblique twists. So a few different variations with this as well. You can keep your feet down. We're going to want to transition from an inside middle guard. Cross, nice, deep. We're not going fast with these. We're only doing 10, and then switching sides and doing another 10. So don't go too fast with these. You want to get a good twist. You can raise your feet up and do that. You can raise your feet up and do ox to ox. As you go through, I'll be doing that one because I like to punish myself. So, 10 each side, nice and controlled. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. Switch your hands. Left hand on top. Did I just have left hand on top? I guess I did. All right. Switch back. Oh, switch your hands, whatever you were doing. So, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We have one more ground-based exercise to do, and that is the 6 inches. So it's a tough one. Essentially what you're doing, your feet are out, head's back on the ground, sword is out behind you. When I say up, you're going to raise your feet up 6 inches with the sword out. You're going to hold that. If you can, keep your shoulders slightly up and your head up, do it. It'll work the upper and lower ab workout. It's a real total full ab workout. If you're having lower back issues, I actually am tonight, but that's okay. We're going to push through it. Don't go up, put your head back down on the ground and rest it. We're going to hold these for 30 seconds each. The last 10 or 15 seconds on the second set gets a little much. So same thing, we're in 2 sets, right hand on top, left hand on top for the second set. So sword out, Back's nice and flat. Shoulders are down and up. Ten seconds. And rest. One more set. Left hand's on top. Sword straight back as you can. Feet are going to be, again, 6 inches off the ground. And whoop. Ten more seconds. Push it out. You can hold it. You can do it. And rest. All right, 3/4 of the way done. Last sequence will be the same 8 standing poses, this time with our left hand, and we're going to do them with our left foot forward, except the last 2. And I'll walk you through that in a second. We start in the reverse. So we start with the last, of course, someone has to call in the middle of this. We start with the last pose first, so we end back in the resting pose and starting pose. So with this, left hand is on top of the sword, left hand stance. Our right foot is going to be back toward the back of the room, right? Left hand is going to be over everything. So we're going to move from here down to the tall stance, then we're going to switch back and face forward. So, nice straight back leg. Front leg's got a nice lunge. Back's forward, leaning in, 30 seconds, go. Ten more seconds. From here, we're going to transition back straight. Sword back in rear low guard. Nice straight back. Back's facing forward. Remember to breathe. Nice and simple breaths in and out. Talking actually helps you breathe, so I make a lot of noises when I fight, and it's because I'm just breathing, right? So take your time, remember to breathe. 10 more seconds. From here, we're going to transition back to the front. Sword will be in our left hand facing forward. Our right hand will be back. Our chest will be out to the right. So here, I think I did this last one sideways. I'm going to do this one facing in. So again, nice deep lunge. Back leg is nice and straight, heels on the ground. We're holding this one for another 20 seconds-ish, 15 seconds probably. From here, we're going to transition. Our back is going to be forward, so our chest will be pointing forward. Sword in 2 hands. We're actually going to be leaning back. We missed this one in the first section. Sorry about that. To a scorpion pose. So I'll do this one sideways so you can see it. Chest is forward. Arms are leaning back. My body's leaning back. Nice stretch for that rear leg, as well as some good quad work, because you actually do put quite a bit of pressure on that front leg. Ten more seconds. From here we're going to stand upright, or bring our back upright, excuse me. Legs are going to stay in the lunge position. Sword's going to go up over our head. Here. So, facing forward. It's this. Nice deep lunge. Another 10 seconds. From here, our left foot is going to come up. We're going to go into tree pose. Our sword will be on the right-hand side in an inside middle block. So, transition. I broke my ankle years ago, and this is always the worst side for me. Ten more seconds. If you wobble, that's okay. Just bring yourself back in, center yourself again. Keep going. Another 5 seconds. From here into unicorn. So feet are together, butts out, swords coming down from the top of the head. We're creating that nice void between. Ten more seconds. Here we're going to go into seated pose. So bring our butt back, sit back into a chair, sword out front, and transition. Last pose, we're going to bring our back straight, stand nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed, sword up in front. Just close your eyes and think about the movements, think about your body alignment, your posture and structure as we went through this. So another 10 seconds. And transition up. Nice and straight. Shoulders are relaxed. Close your eyes. Five more seconds. You can stay in this as long as you like. And rest. That's the class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was stressful or taxing and gave you a good workout. I got a little sweat going. You can bookend this with jumping jacks, burpees. I hate burpees. Burpees, additional sit-ups. You can do other push-ups. There's a lot of non-weapon holding activities you can do on the front and back end of this. I like this. It's a nice, good workout to work on alignment, work on posture, as well as work on some conditioning. So I hope you enjoyed it. If I get some good feedback, even if I don't, and everything works out still, and we can still get in and drive around, I'll be in here on Thursday doing this again. So thank you all very much, and I hope you had fun. Cheers.